How's it going, guys? Cody back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, this is a story in the Liverpool Echo, link in the description below like I always do. It's about a kid from Liverpool by the name of Laurence Woods. Never heard of the kid myself. He was caught trying to smuggle drugs into HMP Berwyn, which is a category C/D prison, currently running as a Cat C, built to a Cat B standard in that shithole of Wrexham in North Wales. Now, the Liverpool Echo, right, they run away with themselves, some of these journalists. The headline reads, Drugs Mule. Drugs Mule. Think about, with Drugs Mule, you're going to think a massive amount of drugs. Wait to hear the amounts, guys. A mere 4.2 grams. Right, so Drugs Mule tried to smuggle cocaine into prison, but it all went very wrong. During a search, the guard felt something in his clothing. A Liverpool man was caught trying to smuggle cocaine and cannabis into prison while visiting a friend behind bars. Laurence Woods was caught with the drugs strapped to his thighs whilst he was visiting a parlour at HMP Berwyn in Wrexham. He was asked by a guard whether he had any prohibited items, and he replied he didn't. During a search, the guard felt something in Woods' clothing and asked again whether he had any prohibited items. North Wales police were called and Woods was told he would have to wait when he tried to walk out of the jail, reports North Wales Live. When police arrived, they found a package strapped to his inner thigh containing 1.02 grams of cocaine, right? On a Saturday night out in a boozer. Cocaine gram bashed 1-to-1 used to be worth at 40 quid. Prison they estimated it to be worth in prison about £150. And then 3.42 grams, so 3.42 grams of cannabis with a value of around £110 in prison. They always, because it's in prison, they cover prison prices. On the street, you're talking what? 30, 70, about 70 quid, guys, yeah, on the road. The incident happened on July the 19th last year. Woods, 33, of Michigan Close in Netherley, not Netherton, Netherley, later pleaded guilty to possession with intent to supply cocaine and possession with intent to supply cannabis. Now this is the thing, right? Now, unless the police have carried out a Section 18 search at his property whilst he's been in custody and have found a shitload of cocaine and cannabis, right, that would lead to intent to supply, right, then this is bullshit. But the fact is, the police probably charged him because he took the drugs into prison, right? They probably didn't find a shitload of cocaine and cannabis at his address, right? They probably just did him, rather than doing him with possession or trying to convey a prohibited item into Her Majesty's prison, right? They've gone for the higher charge, so they could have gone for conveying a prohibited item, possession of drugs, right? 3 grams of coke and a gram of cocaine, right? You could class them as personal use any day of the week. You're not talking fucking kilos and kilos the way they're going on, right? But again, he pleaded guilty to possession with intent to supply cocaine and with intent to supply cannabis. I hope that isn't off that fucking strapped to his leg fucking drugs. And firstly, who straps drugs to the leg when you know you get patted down? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to read the story, guys, anyway. Yesterday, Mole Crown Court that Woods, who has 51 previous convictions for a range of offences such as robbery, burglary and drugs possession. Prosecutor Nicholas Williams said the defendant accepted he was taking the drugs into prison for a friend, but it was not a financial transaction. Martin Walsh, defending, said the best thing he could do for his client would say he'd given him an early guilty plea at interview. He added that since he's been in Alt Course prison, Woods has been on a methadone reduction program, so he's obviously addicted to Class A substances, namely heroin. Sentencing Woods, Judge Parry said drugs in prisons were the cause of serious disciplinary issues. He said slowly but surely the penny will drop that people who take drugs into custody will get immediate custody. For supplying a similar amount of drugs, the starting point is 3.5 years. Judge Parry has pointed to the fact that Woods, who has no previous convictions for drug supply and had confessed to the crime quickly, Woods was jailed for 28 months. Now, like I say, the police are scumbags, right? Now, like I say, a guy that's addicted to Class A drugs, do you think he's sat there and he's selling, and it's all for, do you know what I mean? He's just selling Class A and weed, right? No. I think they've done him with intent to supply because they caught him with 1.02 grams of cocaine, right? And 3.42 grams of cannabis, right? Unless they found a shitload of cannabis resin or skunk or a grow at his house and a load of cocaine, they shouldn't have done him for intent to supply Class A and what is weed now? Class C? Class D? I don't know. So yeah, number one, I don't think that this prisoner, this Laurence Woods was, I don't think his boys asked him to take it into prison. He might have been indebted to somebody that was in HMP Berwyn and they said, listen, smuggle me some drugs in. He said it wasn't for monetary gain. He could just be saying that so that he didn't get fucked by the judge. But who straps things to the legs? When you go into jail, you get patted down, man. Get patted down, you get wanded, they pat you down, and obviously, do you know what I'm saying? Should have ballsed it, do you know what I'm saying? If this is his boy, and let's just say that it wasn't because he was in debt to the person in jail, right? And let's just say that, like I say, he could have been doing it, he could have had a mate in prison that was being threatened because he owed a shitload of drugs. Someone said, listen, you've got to take up 3 grams of weed and a gram of coke, or I'm going to smash your boy's head in. Right? If they are boys and his boys asked him to take the drugs into the prison, he obviously doesn't. They're obviously not boys really, because the prisoner shouldn't be putting his mate in that position. If you're in a relationship with a prisoner, right, a loving relationship, and that prisoner cares about you, he will not, and you're a mother and you've got kids, he will, obviously this is separate to this story, but he will not be asking you to take drugs into prison, because if you get caught, you're going to get fucked. The clamping down on it, guys, the swabbing prisoners' friends, prisoners' families coming into the prison, the carrying out, the police and the prison are working together and stuff, searching prisoners, searching prisoners' families, searching prisoners' cars, prisoners' family cars as they're attending visits and stuff, swabbing people, and then they're being put on closed visits or simply being turned away. It's going on, guys. Let me know what you think about the story, guys. Link in the description below, like I always do. Put your comments in. I've rambled on and on and on. Leave it there, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.